Hello and welcome to the 5 Minute Film Club, and today I get to the fourth Roger Moore James Bond entry, Moonraker, released in 1979. Originally, after The Spy Who Loved Me, producer Cubby Broccoli wanted to make For Your Eyes Only. However, a little film called Star Wars happened, and immediately they turned their attention to adapting Ian Fleming's third Bond novel, Moonraker. However, the book Moonraker has nothing to do with space travel, unfortunately for them. So they had to create a whole new story. They took the Moonraker title and Hugo Drax as the villain, and Christopher Wood, who had just done The Spy Who Loved Me for them, scripted a completely new story. The film follows Bond investigating the disappearance of a space shuttle called Moonraker and its creator Hugo Drax, with a space scientist tagging along called Dr. Holly Goodhead. Bond globe-trots around the world trying to get to the bottom of Drax's dastardly plan, with them eventually ending up in outer space as they discover that Drax wants to wipe out the human race and build it anew with a master one. This film is utter tosh, but before you all turn off, that doesn't make it a bad film. There is so much in this film that is cribbed from all the other James Bond entries. I mean, we've already had You Only Live Twice, the abduction of submarines and God knows what else been going on last film. Well, now they blow up a space shuttle. It's the same as You Only Live Twice. It's Lewis Gilbert back directing, so can't expect him to go too far from his wheelhouse. Then at the end you get a kind of Thunderball moment, but this time it's not underwater, it's in space, and you get the astronauts coming out and they have a big space battle. And then the plot and Hugo Drax and what Hugo Drax wants to do is very, very similar to what Stromberg was doing in the last film. So there really isn't anything new in Moonraker. Maybe the only thing that is new is the in-space bit. Here is a Bond film in space. That is it. That is the originality of Moonraker. Everything that's come before, but in space. However, as I say, that's not really a bad thing. I've liked a lot of James Bond films, and the idea of seeing those scenarios play out in space is definitely a fun one. And I think that the creators of Moonraker know exactly what they're doing. They want you to buy in on the joke of this film. They think it's a joke too. At every opportunity, they are sending themselves up. First off, when Bond in Venice goes to discover nerve agent gas kind of science lab thing, the plot of this film is really, really not worth anybody's time at all. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Anyway, when Bond goes to the science lab in Venice, when he punches in the key code, well, this happens. You get the music from Close Encounters of the Third Kind. And then later on in the film, when you get Bond riding on a horse, you get the music from The Magnificent Seven. They know what they're doing here. They want you to be in on the joke. They want you to laugh at this film. And then you get the fan favourite of Richard Keel as Jaws. Apparently, after the last film, so many kids wrote to Cubby Broccoli and to Lewis Gilbert and said, please let Jaws come back, and can we make him not a baddie? Can't he be a goodie? And so this is, ultimate fan service here. This is Jaws all over the place. And actually, I enjoy the bits where Jaws just appears out of nowhere and just attacks Bond. It's all very Pink Panther-esque. So far, so good. This film is utterly ridiculous. It's not a bad thing, I don't think. Problem is, its execution. It's far too long. Over 2 hours for this kind of nonsense is far too long for me. Cut out about 45 minutes, and I think this film would run like a dream. And also, just tighten up the direction of the gags. If you want this to be a funny, farcical experience, it needs to run faster. It needs to feel a bit more fluid. It's so clunky. And also the theme music. This song is awful. I've already forgotten it. I couldn't even think of what the theme to Moonraker was when the film started. And I don't know what they were thinking. It's really bad. Shirley Bassey, now this is her third and final Bond song, and it's bloody awful. Anyway, all that being said, I think Moonraker casts a very long shadow over the Bond film franchise. it's many people's who work in film now grew up. Moonraker was the first Bond film that they saw. And so you start seeing little elements of Moonraker popping up in films nowadays. In fact, this week I watched the new Marvel film Black Widow. In it, Scarlett Johansson's character sits down and watches a bit of Moonraker. So basically the summary is, this is a terrible Bond film, but it is also an iconic Bond film. Thank you very much for watching my review of Moonraker. Please remember to comment your thoughts about the film down below and like this video if you did, and subscribe to the channel. I'll be continuing my Bond rewatch with For Your Eyes Only, which I can't remember at all. I have no memory of that, or Octopussy. I know the one with Grace Jones and the horse, the stud farm. Is there a stud farm in one of them? In the Eiffel Tower? Oh God, I've got a long way to go. But until then, I'll see you next time. Thank you very much. Goodbye.